all the glitches. This game has noticeably more, or a lot more noticeable glitches than either Anniversary or Legends. And that really takes away from the game. Add to that the disappointing story. And yeah, if I still had all that fresh in my memory, I probably wouldn't have let's play this game. One little thing I have to note. When was the Arctic Sea ever dry? Not during the times of the Vikings and such. So all of this was built underwater from the very beginning. So yeah, that takes away from this game as well a bit, because with all the at least somewhat realistic areas so far, this one just kind of takes away from it again. Though it is beautiful, if you compare it to the other places we've been, it kind of stands out like this shouldn't be like this. And I believe there is a glitch that I can pull off in a bit here. If you go into some of those side passages, you can find treasures, artifacts, whatever. Just look for openings in the rubble, and there is usually an artifact hidden behind it. Not that way, this way. Yeah. And here we go. I should be able to pull off that glitch here, because you can see the surface of the water is above us. And oh, I didn't get the glitch. Sometimes you can swim out of the water, where you will be swimming in the air for a few seconds. And Lara's air tank is empty. Yeah. Sorry for talking over this cutscene there for a bit, but that also reminded me of something. All of this was built before the Norse, so yeah, that would explain this area. The Nordic legends were based on this, and yeah, Mjolnir's hammer just kicks these guys' asses. Come on, Lara, respawn! What the hell is going? No, not. I wasn't even pushing that button. And then she just dives straight into the ether. Yeah, something is wrong with the game today. That's pretty flipping obvious. Okay, come on, Lara, just land on it. Okay, up here is a good spot to take out any enemies that show up. But from what I've seen, the ether keeps creating enemies, so take out a bunch till none are nearby anymore, and then move on. And see what I mean? That's warrior. That warrior troll appears out of practically nowhere. That ring, I'm pretty sure, is tied to an artifact or a relic. Perhaps maybe behind the ether fall. And there is something behind there, but every time I try to get that, I get killed by one of the warrior trolls by them throwing me into the ether. Come on. Oh. Son of a... Okay. This way. I don't know for sure, but I believe the ice spawns enemies infinitely. It looks that way. But there might be a limit, but I'm not going to try and test that out. Drizzle. No info on that. But another disappointment I have with this game is just the setup. Practically this game is a combination of Tomb Raider Legend and Anniversary, and they screw it up. They have the enemies of both games, and well, almost neither of them has an impact or much of an impact. And yeah, during these parts we'll constantly be charged by fall, so just keep swinging Mjolnir around till the path is clear. Which is another bit of a disappointing point. The combat's not that good. Nice, but yeah, if I can get all of this done by just holding down the button, there's not much to it. I think in trying to streamline the game, the developers just went a bit too far and focused too much on graphics and such, not enough on story and the fun of playing the game. That there's some factor of complexity in it, like one fun part about Legend was that we could pick up our enemies' weapons and use them against them. In Anniversary, we gradually found other weapons and had to be scared. We had to be careful with ammo for them. In this game, well, you get your pistols, which aren't that impressive anymore, and you can choose a weapon. That isn't as... I don't really like it that as much as having to find your weapons or take them from your enemies.
Mother? Mother, it's me. It's Lara. No. My mother is dead. My mother is dead. My mother died a long time ago. You're not my mother.
I've lived many times longer than your entire civilization, and I've never seen such delicious irony. When I heard what happened to the wife of the great Richard Croft, I knew I could set him on a desperate quest to find what I desired most. Then he betrayed me in Thailand, and for that, I killed him myself. But when you showed up with Thor's gauntlet, I knew I could send you off in your father's footsteps, confident they would lead us to this very spot.
You seem to have forgotten what I would be holding.
When I made this creature for Amanda, she had no idea that my true purpose was to have the means to destroy you at this very moment. The two of you never suspected that you were mere actors in my play. And so it ends. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a serpent to raise.
Finish you off, but the Midgard serpent will tear the world apart, and only Thor's hammer can stop it. Go! I'll hold him off.
And that bit brings me to yet another, well, two more disappointing parts. As in, no boss fights. Yeah. There's no boss fights in this game, which were even in the original Tomb Raider, and Legend, and Anniversary. And the other one, they got the characters of Natla and Amanda wrong. Because, as we just learned, Natla is here to destroy the world using the Midgard serpent Jormungandr. Whilst in the original game and Anniversary, she was trying to conquer the world. Plus, there's also the fact that she hasn't been around that extremely long, because she was imprisoned for who knows how many centuries. Though, to be honest, they don't specify when she is freed. But I don't think she's been around long enough to learn. Well, at least she was. I think she wasn't around by the time that the this pre-Nordic civilization was around, because it's not Atlantis, I think. Although there are similarities, though I think it might be a civilization just after the Atlantean civilization. And with Amanda, well, most of their character they had got right, but they just pulled a little bit out of their ass with the gemstone and such, the demon stone, as its power is originally to unleash and trap the demon, as I call it, and it doesn't give powers like the Amanda shows. Plus, there's also the fact that, another bit of a plot hole, at the end of Legend, Amanda still had the stone. Lara didn't take it. No one else that we know of could have taken it, because it was only Lara and Amanda got out of that situation alive. So how the heck did it end up in Lara's possession? Plot hole.
Jormungandr is the network of tectonic ridges that encircles the Earth on the ocean floor. And we stand now on its weakest point, where the ancient supercontinent Pangaea first broke in two. When this relic unleashes its fury below, the very seams of the planet will burst. The Midgard serpent will rise up and spew poison into the air. All the world will be consumed by fire and ash. Ragnarok! The seventh age is upon us!
And here we go, out of time. The final part of the game.